Quite often you'll see gamers praising games for one reason and one reason alone, which is nostalgia. It's not uncommon to listen to someone saying that a certain game was the best in the series despite all the problems with it, while others who listen to their rants will then parrot their claims without evidence. One of these games is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Released in 2009, it was developed by Infinity Ward, a developer previously known for making the World War II based Call of Duty and Call of Duty 2 and the hit 2007 game Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. The game was hyped up beyond belief, except on the PC, where the game was being highly panned due to the developers choosing to shaft the PC version instead of releasing the game with all the features Call of Duty 4 had on the PC. But at least on consoles, Modern Warfare 2 is a huge release. It had it all, from a slick marketing campaign featuring music by Eminem, to the hype that this was the sequel to Call of Duty 4, the game that everybody who owned an Xbox 360 played at the time. It also came out before Call of Duty would become the polarizing series it is today, with the fractured Sonic style player base and flame wars on the internet about the series sounding like political or religious debates, or the second you mention you like one game, boom, there's a huge flame war. Let's be honest though, Modern Warfare 2 sucked. Despite this, quite a few gamers praise it like it was the greatest thing ever, yet they don't ever go back to playing it like there's some phantom force preventing them from inserting the disc into their Xbox and playing it. They beg Activision to remake Modern Warfare 2, port it, or at least add it to the Xbox One's backwards compatibility list. After all, Call of Duty 4 is being remade for next-gen consoles, and it's being bundled with the $80 edition of Infinite Warfare despite having only half the maps. This doesn't mean Modern Warfare 2 is any good though, and let's see why. First, let's get out of the way what Modern Warfare 2 did right. The graphics in Modern Warfare 2 were technically great. Modern Warfare 2 runs at the same 60 frames per second that other Call of Duty titles run at. However, now the texture quality was improved thanks to the fact that Modern Warfare 2 was the first to support texture streaming, which dynamically loads in higher resolution textures to the maps as you play. The game runs great on PCs as well, and with less pop-in, the game really shines on the PC graphically. Despite this, Modern Warfare 2 still suffered from the same smoke frame rate problems that Call of Duty 4 did on consoles. Modern Warfare 2 was also the first title in the Call of Duty franchise to feature host migration. While Call of Duty 4 would end the game if the host left, host migration ensured the game would continue despite the host leaving. It was also the first title to allow you to select your own kill streaks, though this had balance issues as I'll mention later on in the video. It also introduced a few other minor new features that would become standard, such as the game-winning kill cam or the ability to have more than one UAV in the sky at once. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what Modern Warfare 2 did wrong. Nearly all of this is going to focus on the multiplayer part of the game, since that's why most people bought Modern Warfare 2. Now sure, there are some notable things about the single player, mainly the highly infamous and skippable No Russian mission which simulated an airport mass shooting, but the real reason people bought Modern Warfare 2 was to play in the online multiplayer mode. The first and most glaring problem with Modern Warfare 2 is the game's maps. Modern Warfare 2's maps are mostly a bunch of buildings in an area with plenty of spaces to hide and camp in. Quite often, if you take the time to look at the kill cam, you'll see a player crouching in a corner, waiting for someone to walk by before they can shoot you. If anything, you get the feeling in Modern Warfare 2 that the maps were either engineered for campers or were just plain lazy designs. When you're not being assaulted by campers, the maps are a complete mess, and you'll quite often run into other players very easily, which gets frustrating due to Modern Warfare 2's spot and kill quickly gameplay that rewards campers and those with overpowered weapons and the commando perk, which makes your knife feel like a Halo game's energy sword. Now this is likely due to either poor map design, small map sizes, or both, and I can't tell because the game's core gameplay is so awful. Art direction wise, the maps are usually very dull and forgettable, with most of the settings being either in war-torn cities in third world countries or sectors of a battlefield somewhere. The most interesting maps setting wise are Terminal, which takes place in an airport terminal, Estate, which takes place on a cabin in a nice scenic area, and High Rise, which takes place on the top of a skyscraper. Despite this, they still aren't fun to play on due to the poor map design in the game. While Call of Duty 4 also suffered from the same forgettable map setting issue, this was made up by the fact that the maps were fun to play on, unlike with Modern Warfare 2, especially since on Domination Mode it seems like the capture points are very close to each other compared to older Call of Duty titles, which weren't small cramped spam fests. Later Call of Duty titles have tried to change up map settings a bit, with Black Ops 2 and Advanced Warfare having some interesting map settings alongside some of the typical war-torn city maps. On some game types and maps, the map problems are made even worse due to the fact that the spawns in Modern Warfare 2 are completely broken. While some other Call of Duty titles would switch up the spawn points at various times, Modern Warfare 2 can sometimes have a tendency to spawn you in the same exact spot over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, only for you to get killed by the same exact camper outside your base, especially since Modern Warfare 2 has horrible die quickly gameplay. Another major problem with Modern Warfare 2 that adds on to the problems with this game is the fact that some weapons in Modern Warfare 2 are straight up unbalanced. Modern Warfare 2 was the Call of Duty title where several problems that were present in past titles just got worse, to the point where they were majorly affecting the game. One problem was the grenade launcher attachment. The grenade launcher attachment is easy to unlock, yet kills easily from a distance. Using the perk Danger Close, you can enhance the range and damage of your launched grenades. While you only get 2 grenades for a launcher per life, you can pick up more of them with the scavenger perk, ensuring you can use the tubes a lot more than you could in, say, COD 4. Due to the fact that they're easy to unlock and used by plenty of kids wanting easy kills, these weapons are called noob tubes by both players and by even an in-game player title you can unlock. Another problematic weapon in Modern Warfare 2 is the whole sniper rifle class in general. Now, Call of Duty has a reputation of having a community associated with MLG snipers, but Modern Warfare 2 is where the reputation really became associated with the franchise. From quickscopers abusing auto-aim, to the campers with an aimed scope staring at your spawn point or area you're rushing to, snipers get really annoying in Modern Warfare 2. Shotguns can also pose a problem, along with the knife, thanks to the commando perk that is unlocked early on in the game. To make matters worse, Modern Warfare 2 also gives campers an item they can use to defend their camping spot, the Claymore. You can place some Claymores outside your camping spot and restock them with Scavenger. While you can kill them by shooting at them, if your opponent is too busy focusing on you due to Modern Warfare 2's die quick gameplay, you'll get a kill if they try to ambush you. If you camp long enough, the game rewards you well. While previous Call of Duty titles, such as Call of Duty 4, would only give you 3 specific kill streaks, Modern Warfare 2 changes things by allowing you to choose your own kill streaks. While this isn't a major problem on its own, the major problem is the selection of streaks. Modern Warfare 2's streaks are overpowered, and I mean overpowered. For example, the basic airstrike attack has been replaced with the Harrier Strike kill streak, which combines the airstrike and helicopter streaks from COD 4, and you can hover it over, say, a capture point. While a lower ranked kill streak, the Precision Airstrike, only allows an airstrike, the game also features a Chopper Gunner kill streak you can get at only 11 kills, along with an AC-130 also available at 11 kills, a Pavlo at 9 kills, which is a boosted helicopter, and a C-130 that can carry 4 care packages for your team. At 5 kills, you can get a Predator missile that can be dropped on enemy positions, and usually on Domination, this is dropped at capture points. And in Modern Warfare 2, the kill streaks only added the frustration one team might be suffering from. In a lobby where you're already dying from camping snipers and noob tubers, you now have to deal with your spawn point being attacked by a Harrier or helicopter hovering over you spamming rockets. Perhaps the most infamous kill streak in Modern Warfare 2, however, was the Tactical Nuke. Now, if you selected it and you got 25 kills without dying, you would get a Tactical Nuke that ends the match with your team instantly winning, regardless of the score. This rewarded campers, as the person who camped the most would get the kill streak and would instantly win. This was made even worse when hackers would run rampant throughout Modern Warfare 2, which I'll explain later. Due to these issues, gameplay turns into a boring, continuous loop. Spawn, hope you see someone to kill before they see you and die. If anything, Modern Warfare 2 was the first Call of Duty where this style of gameplay became the gameplay design. To make matters worse, the game has some lag issues which are worsened by the fact that, like other Call of Duty titles on consoles, Modern Warfare 2 uses peer-to-peer multiplayer connections, or listen servers as they are called on PC games, which also offer dedicated servers. Modern Warfare 2 would choose a player to host a lobby, and then the game would begin. This means that one player gets a host advantage, and if the host leaves, the game goes into host migration mode where another player is chosen to host the game. While this is an improvement over Call of Duty 4 where you would see a host-ended game message, host migration was still buggy and quite often it just wouldn't work. A strange quirk in Modern Warfare 2 that only applies to the Xbox 360 version is the fact that in the matchmaking playlist, some playlists are marked as Xbox Party Chat Allowed. That's right, this is one of the few Xbox 360 games that explicitly disables party chat. While other Xbox 360 games and newer Call of Duty titles allow you to party chat, this game tries to force you out of a party to encourage teamwork and voice communications. Instead, however, it usually drops you in a lobby with swag lords and angry gamers. Now let's talk about what made Modern Warfare 2 bad in particular on the PC version. Previous Call of Duty titles on the PC were first and foremost PC games. When Modern Warfare 2 came out on the PC, it was expected that PC games in general would feature dedicated servers that could be hosted and run by players. Multiplayer PC games would usually come with a dedicated server, with server files being available either with the game themselves or from a download, and quite often they would also come with a modding toolkit, and Call of Duty was no exception. PC games would also oftentimes have more than just improved graphical options, and in many cases they would have additional features added in due to the fact that they were on the PC or the fact that the typical PC keyboard has 101 keys. Previous PC Call of Duty titles, for example, featured laning keys, which would allow you to lane left and right. They also feature console commands similar to many shooters of the era, recording features, adjustable field of view, higher player counts, the ability to record demos, free DLC, and of course mod support. You also didn't need the newest patch to the game to play online either, and the LAN mode was supported. Sure, there were some disadvantages to this approach, such as the inability to play the game vanilla later on in the game's lifespan or version fragmentation, but at least this ensured matches would not have lag. Modern Warfare 2 on the PC, however, was essentially the console version. This means that the game was artificially crippled like console games are. Mod support was removed and any remnants of it were crippled with updates to the game. LAN support was removed as well to try to stop piracy by requiring all gamers to buy the game and play it over the internet and not tunnel it with some programs such as Tungle. Field of view settings in the console were removed. Ping counters were removed and replaced with signal bars that hide your true ping. Dedicated servers were nowhere to be seen. And to add insult to injury, Modern Warfare 2 cost a full $60 and DLC cost money as well. Now keep in mind, this is when PC games still cost $50, when Call of Duty had free DLC on the PC, and before Steam sale culture took over PC gaming and introduced numerous kits to the platform. To add insult to injury, the game used Steam DRM on retail copies. Call of Duty 4, for example, used SafeDisk DRM on retail copies, which is what Activision was using for other PC games at the time. Single player required a simple disk check, while multiplayer relied on a CD key check. If someone else was playing online in another server with your CD key, you couldn't join any servers. This DRM was weak, but it also wasn't much of a nuisance. Steam, on the other hand, required you to link your game to a Steam account. If you lost your Steam password, you were unable to play your Modern Warfare 2 copy unless you contacted Valve to recover it, even though you legally purchased the game and had it on disc. You're also unable to let a friend borrow your copy of Modern Warfare 2, even though you can do the same thing on consoles, legally. Now, the backlash was huge. There were protest groups all over Steam and Xfire, people flooding Amazon with one-star reviews, websites dedicated how bad Modern Warfare 2 was, server lists for older Call of Duty titles being flooded with servers changing their names to boycott Modern Warfare 2, images showing just how crippled Modern Warfare 2 was on the PC, and articles about just how bad the PC version was. Despite this, however, the boycott became the butt of many jokes by gaming websites and commenters online due to the fact that many people in a boycott group were not only buying the game, but playing it the day the game came out. After all, they sadly forgot what the phrase "vote with your wallet" meant. Now, sure, some PC gamers got a clever idea and thought it would be a great idea to mod the problems away. They created their own alternate master server called AlterIWNet and ported over dedicated servers to Modern Warfare 2. It sounded like a win-win situation for gamers. However, the developers of this mod were nailed by Activision. While several others tried to host Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer servers with leaked source code from this project, they were shut down by Activision as well, along with a continuation called 4 Delta 1 by the same developers. After all, Blizzard, a company which merged with Activision, sued modders for the same exact thing, and won a court case that basically says they can shut down server emulator mods. To make matters worse, in an attempt to also stop cheaters on consoles, which I'll discuss next, Activision crippled the newer PC versions of Call of Duty with regards to undocumented features modders could use. Not only did these actions set a bad precedent for modders, and especially modders of the Call of Duty franchise, but this also ensured that there will be a lot fewer ways of playing Modern Warfare 2 for the PC Online if Activision decides to pull the plug on it tomorrow. After all, it could happen any time. Just look at the GameSpy shutdown. And after Modern Warfare 2, unlike how console Call of Duty titles improved, Modern Warfare 2 on the PC was the beginning of the end of Call of Duty on the PC as a major PC title. Call of Duty not only lost long-time players, but it was harder for new ones to replace the older players. Steam-powered Call of Duty titles are harder to pirate and play online, if not impossible, and newer Call of Duty titles usually don't work on Acer laptops with Intel graphics purchased on clearance at Walmart. No post-Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty has ever reached feature parity with Call of Duty 4 or World at War, and the port quality of newer Call of Duty titles varies widely. Some titles, despite being feature crippled, will run on anything like Modern Warfare 2 and 3, while other titles such as Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 1 and 2 feature some more PC-specific features, but also suffer from strange glitches such as Black Ops 2 requiring an Alt-Tab to run smoothly, and Advanced Warfare having the field of view reset sometimes. Black Ops 3, despite featuring PC-specific features, runs like complete crap on any platform, and Ghosts also runs like crap on many PCs, but lacks features. This is made worse by the fact that most of these titles have no demos available on PC, aside from a few free weekends, meaning nobody can test them to see if they work on their machine. The worst part is that this set a bad precedent for PC games in general. Now it's not uncommon for console ports to be released on the PC that use matchmaking with ping bars, and in many cases no indicator whatsoever, and now the only complaints that arise are whenever a game simply doesn't load up, or runs at a completely horrible frame rate, or when it's locked at a specific resolution in a frame rate and requires a controller, which is way lower than the standards were when Modern Warfare 2 came out. It's also not uncommon for a big PC title to launch at a full $60 price point, despite the PC not having publisher fees like with consoles. Even Battlefield, which has positioned itself as Call of Duty's main competitor after Bad Company 2 is marketed to PC gamers with a specific mention that the game would feature dedicated servers, has lacked mod support since Battlefield 2142. No Battlefield game since 2142 has also featured public dedicated server files. And while the server whitelist is gone for Bad Company 2, you still need to pay money to host a server for 3, 4, or Hardline. Despite this, however, DICE has turned a blind eye towards modders and server projects for their titles, giving the Battlefield series an edge in longevity as a PC game. Now let's talk about the final problem with this game on both PCs and consoles, and that is the hacker problem. Previous Call of Duty titles on consoles used no anti-cheat protection, as it was assumed by the developers that the platforms they were being released on were sealed, secure boxes that nobody was going to be able to exploit. They felt it was Microsoft and Sony's responsibility to keep the console secure. On the PC, however, they used Punkbuster anti-cheat, which instantly kicked hackers. Due to the PC version's dedicated server multiplayer structure, administrators of the servers could kick and ban players who were hacking from their servers. With Modern Warfare 2, it was now up to whoever ran the platforms to ban players from matchmaking. Valve relied on Valve's anti-cheat system, which turned out to be as effective as no anti-cheat system when it came to stopping hackers, while Microsoft relied on their enforcement team and Sony just sat around and did nothing. This meant that Modern Warfare 2 was infested with hackers on the PC and PlayStation versions, while much fewer people slipped through the cracks on Xbox. And I mean, it's literally hack infested on the PS3, and at one point it was hack infested on the PC, though I didn't run into any hackers when I played it the other night for gameplay footage. And when you were in these lobbies, it wasn't uncommon for text chat messages to be flooded with messages about how you need to go to this guy's YouTube channel to get the best infection lobbies, even on consoles which only feature voice chat. Now sure, Infinity Ward wasn't the only company to have this issue, and Black Ops was also affected. Treyarch eventually ended up patching it after numerous complaints. However, Infinity Ward never patched it on PCs or on the console to improve security like what Treyarch did. In fact, they even declared it unfixable for some reason. To make matters worse, hackers had tons of power due to a combination of both security flaws in the engine, which were common throughout the series, and the game being poorly designed in general, with kill streaks such as tactical nukes. Now, the cherry on top to all this, well, nearly 2 years after they refused to patch Modern Warfare 2 to fix the hacking problem along with numerous other balance issues, some Arabic gamer on YouTube noticed a texter with Arabic rhyme about Allah in a bathroom and decided to make a video about how offended he was, since in Islam it's prohibited to say anything about the religion in a bathroom. Next thing you know, Infinity Ward not only removed the map from rotation temporarily, but they even issued a patch for this texture. Now, I can understand why they do it. I mean, nobody in Infinity Ward likely wanted their office to look like Modern Warfare 3's Resistance map or CS office, but at the same time, I think it says a lot that they'd ignore their fans begging for them to fix their game, as in their loyal customers, yet will bend over backwards for someone who's offended by a small texture on a picture frame, or will ignore demands from gamers on the PC to add features that were standard. So with all the problems I've mentioned, why do people praise Modern Warfare 2? Well, it's likely due to nostalgia. Quite a few gamers who praise Modern Warfare 2 as the best game in the series will mention how good it was back in the day, or how it's terrible now. This is a key clue to what they're talking about, because it means if they replay Modern Warfare 2 now, they'll realize that it wasn't that great and they'll use an excuse to justify it. It's just like how people complain that Sonic Adventure on the 360 had poor controls despite it being a straight port. At the same time though, one thing that puzzles me about modern day gamers is how they'll talk about how good a game was in the past but won't play it online anymore. If Modern Warfare 2 is really that great, why doesn't everyone go ahead and play it instead of spending all their time drooling over the past and nostalgia? Perhaps the biggest problem with Modern Warfare 2 though is how it was the first Call of Duty title from Infinity Ward to have that spammy, camp-friendly gameplay that would end up in Modern Warfare 3, Ghosts, and Black Ops 3 as well. On the PC, it deserves a dishonorable mention as well for being the game that gave PC gamers at the time a taste of what was going to go wrong with PC gaming and PC ports to come for the next few years. It also serves as a reminder that the minute you make the wrong kind of mods for a PC game, at worst you could find yourself in deep legal shit, and at best you'll find yourself with a VAC ban, despite the whole freedom of choice myth that PC gamers that use Windows, Intel, and Nvidia continue to spread around. All in all, Modern Warfare 2 wasn't worth the hype. However, as a historical footnote, it is notable in the sense that it's when big developers really started churning out manufactured, heavily commercial games that were mediocre but sold due to the pricey and slick marketing campaigns. From being developed with a console's first mindset, to a huge flashy trailer with Eminem music, to the no skill required gameplay, to shutting down modders who try to extend the lifespan of it, Modern Warfare 2 reeks of everything wrong with this generation and the previous generation in gaming. If you play today and then play some recent manufactured hyped up AAA video game you see ads for on GameStop TV, such as Destiny, it's not hard to draw parallels. The worst part is, just like Sonic Adventure 2 and Halo 2, people still praise it on nostalgia value and they want newer games to be just like it, even if it rams the series into the ground. And that's all that really needs to be said about Modern Warfare 2. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.